Hello.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
is this Mrs. Hartzell?
Yes, it is.
Hey, my name is Preston. I was following up with you. I think we maybe have talked with you in the past, but I guess you had put in an inquiry looking into solar for the house out in Pensacola, and I didn't know if like you guys ever, still had it, you and Kenneth still had any interest in it, or if you ever ended up moving forward. But the only reason I was reaching out is because there are some programs and kind of newer programs as well that if you did qualify, you can get a solar system set up and installed like for nothing down. But the idea is that it eliminates the bill you have, and then you pay a lot less for the solar. Because I know in Pensacola, especially if you got FPL, I know they bought Gulf Power, and your guys' rates shot up by like 40% overnight. So we're kind of having a pretty big demand up there.
Customer service shot down like 90% overnight.
Yeah, it's crazy up there. It's not like that. Well, I mean, all of Florida was pretty bad, but nothing, quite like up there in the Panhandle. And I was looking at the property that you guys had, and it looked like you got decent sunlight. There are some trees around there, but like we do tree trimming and things like that as well. And not trying to sell you a system now, but if you guys did have some availability, maybe even for it to do like a virtual appointment. I can kind of like put together some numbers for you.
What's a virtual appointment?
Just like as opposed to me sending one of my reps out to the house, it would help cut cost and on you just to put together some numbers for the home, like give you an estimate. Like if you have you ever done like a Zoom call or anything?
No, I haven't.
It's like like you click a link and then you can essentially you'll just be able to see my screen. You'll be able to see me in my screen, and I'll say, hey, look, this is your guys' house. This is the design. This is how the numbers play out. Granted, you still, have to qualify. They have to do a site survey. We kind of handle that stuff, but, I'm not trying to sell you a system now, but I just wanted to put together the numbers for your home to see how it would play out. Because everyone's different. Everyone uses electricity differently, but I know up in the Panhandle, you guys specifically have a good opportunity from savings just because of what you're paying on the electric bill right now.
Well, see, the problem is like, you would finance it, right?
So there's two options. One of them is you could do the financing. Well, I guess technically there's three options, but one of them's financing. So kind of exactly what you're saying. Like we look at the bill and say, okay, you're going to spend $60,000 over the next 15, 20 years, so you can finance a solar system for $30,000 over that same time frame, and the government gives you a 30% incentive back. They give you in tax credits, but you guys would have to have taxable income to be able to get that. The other way that you can do it is, and this is newer in Florida, so last I guess year and a half, 2 years, but it's called leasing, but it doesn't really work like traditional leasing. But the company would pay to set up and install the system. And they would just charge you less on the electric bill, but you don't have the financial liability of the loan. Just here in Florida, we get so much sunlight that they kind of want to capitalize on the system production. In that scenario, they get the tax credit, but you don't have any financial liability, and you just save money on the electric bill, which I think is a lot of people's kind of goal. At the end of the day, from a cash flow standpoint, and to be able to kind of cut down on it.
So they own the equipment that is on our house, and then we get a lower electric bill.
Yep, that's right. And anything that it overproduces, because the FPL does have to pay you back for anything that it overproduces. You actually get all the overproduction. The kicker, though, of course, is that they buy it back, anything that you overproduce at wholesale rates when you pay retail rates. So you don't get dollar for dollar on everything that it overproduces. But everything that it's eliminating off of your bill, which you actually use, that's all your savings, So it's a good, honestly, I think.
What happens is, say, the solar panels get damaged in a hurricane? Are they responsible, or is my insurance?
Great question. Well, in the leasing scenario, they're responsible because, so if you think about it, one, the panels are rated for a Category 5 hurricane. But if they have that system on your roof, and it's like it's their money on your roof, So they're almost, I would say, they're even a lot faster to get it fixed, because they're losing money every day it's down, and they have to guarantee that production for you. You know what I mean? So it's service monitored, warranty maintained for 25 years. So it's like you're pretty covered across the board. And to be honest, and we have we have all finance options and leases, but just with the way the economy's going, with these finance rates and the Feds increasing I think that the leasing route,
Right.
just the numbers play out a lot better, and it's a lot safer for homeowners. You know what I mean, to not have to take on kind of the debt of a
Right.
loan. But yeah, but like I said, I mean, still, how the numbers play out, it's kind of different for everybody. All I would need would just be like a copy of the electric bill, because on your FPL bill you have a graph. It's got like 12 months worth of usage on it, and so basically what I do is I say, okay, because if I just used like a summer month or a hot month, it would be a lot more. Winter month would be a lot less, obviously. So I get the exact average
Right.
from that graph, and I say, okay, this is how much you guys are using, so it would take exactly this many panels to eliminate that much electricity, and then here's what the payment would be. You do for the leasing though, you would have to have, I think they look for a 640 or higher credit score. So like either you or Kenneth would have to have a 640 or higher. Do you guys think you're in that range?
Of what or higher?
640
I think 640.
credit score? Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what my last one was when I looked at it.
No worries. And two, it doesn't, they don't actually.
No, I don't think we've quite made it back up to that. See, we had to file bankruptcy 2 years ago.
I gotcha. Yeah, that makes it tough.
Yeah. And right now we're waiting for the county